Many of us, upon waking up every morning, are flooded with thoughts like, I don't feel like working today. This is impossible for me. Or, this is just my fate. We sit hidden in our comfort zones, constantly searching for excuses for the failures in our lives. But today, the person I'm introducing to you is no ordinary human being. His name is David Goggins. Having grown up amidst poverty, domestic violence, obesity, and racism, he is known today as the hardest man on earth. Goggins's life story will send shivers down your spine. Today, we are going to dive into the complete summary of his incredible book, Can't Hurt Me. This book won't just motivate you, it will completely shatter and rebuild your way of thinking. You will learn in this video how pain becomes power, how to break the limits of your mind, and how to live as an undefeated warrior. Please note, if you haven't subscribed to our Pustaka Vichara channel yet, subscribe right now and hit the bell icon to get these powerful summaries of the world's best books in Kannada. Come, let's step into the world of David Goggins. Let's begin.
Part 1. Your mind is your only limit. Would you believe me if I told you that the only obstacle standing between you and your greatest life is your own mind? Yes, it's true. It's not your background, it's not a lack of money, it's not your body, and it's not even the people who criticize you. It is solely your mind, your thoughts, and the way you perceive your pain and fear. This is the core message of David Goggins' life in his book, Can't Hurt Me. In this audiobook, we are going to uncover the harsh truths of how an abused, overweight, and mentally broken individual transformed into one of the toughest men on earth. This isn't just a summary, this is a mental boot camp for your mind. Goggins' dark past. Goggins grew up in a hellish environment. His childhood was spent amidst his father's brutal beatings, systemic racism, and crushing poverty. In school, he struggled to read and developed a stutter due to fear. By his early 20s, he weighed nearly 300 pounds, 136 kilograms. Working a job killing cockroaches at night, he truly believed his life was over. One day, while watching a documentary about the Navy SEALs on TV, a spark of change was ignited within him. Seeing those warriors achieve the impossible, Goggins stood in front of the mirror and questioned himself. That was the moment his transformation began. It didn't happen by some miracle. It happened because he decided to take absolute responsibility for his life. Part 2. The Accountability Mirror, the beginning of change. Each section we discuss isn't just about explaining ideas, it's about showing you how to apply them to your real life. This isn't just about inspiration, it's about transformation. Because the truth is, life will test you. Pain will come, setbacks will happen, and you will fail. In those moments, your talent or luck won't save you. Only your mental toughness and discipline will. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your partner. No one. You have to save yourself. This isn't a curse, it's a blessing. Because it means the power to change is entirely in your hands. Where does real change begin? David Goggins calls this the accountability mirror. We can lie to the world and we can project a fake image on social media, but when we stand in front of the mirror, the truth stares back at us. Goggins' story. When Goggins weighed 300 pounds working as an exterminator, he came home every day feeling defeated. He would drown his frustration in junk food while watching TV, convincing himself he was just unlucky. But one night, after watching that Navy SEALs documentary, everything clicked. He went into the bathroom and looked himself in the mirror. For the first time, he stopped lying. He called himself out. You're fat, you're lazy, and you're a coward. You are not living up to your potential. It sounds harsh, but these weren't words of self-hatred. They were the raw truths he needed to wake himself up. How can you apply this technique? To start changing this very moment, follow these steps. 1. Stand in front of the mirror. Go to your bedroom or bathroom mirror alone, no distractions. 2. Question yourself. Ask, who am I really? Where am I messing up? What excuses am I making? 3. Write down the truth. Take a sticky note or a piece of paper and write down your weaknesses without any sugarcoating. I am lazy, or I quit too easily. Stick it on the mirror. 4. Set precise goals. Don't set vague goals like I want to be successful. Instead, write I must lose 10 kilograms or I must get out of debt. 5. Face it every day. Every morning, stand before that mirror and read those notes. Tell yourself, today I'm working to change this. Remember, the accountability mirror isn't about hating yourself. It's about loving yourself so much that you refuse to settle for a mediocre life. Part 3. Be uncommon amongst the uncommon. Think for a moment about a person stuck in a job they hate. They tell themselves, I can't leave this job. The market is too tough. I don't have enough money to pay the bills. I'm not good for anything else. But the truth is, they have never truly looked for better options. They haven't updated their resume in years. They haven't taken a single online course. They are simply paralyzed by the fear of rejection. This is the cold reality. Until they look in the mirror and admit, I am afraid of change and I am making excuses to avoid it, they will remain stuck exactly where they are. I have a challenge for you. What is that one truth you have been avoiding until now? What is that one thing you know you need to improve but are too afraid to admit? Write it down today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Stick it on your mirror. Look at it every single day. Remember, the mirror does not lie. The moment you take 100% responsibility for your life, everything begins to shift. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly challenged yourself? Not just getting a little tired, but facing a struggle so intense that your mind screamed, I can't go any further. What does it mean to callous your mind? Look at your hands. The first time you lift heavy weights or do hard labor, you get blisters. But if you don't stop, that skin hardens into a callus. That callus eventually protects you from future pain. Goggins says your mind works exactly the same way. Every time you face pain, fear, or hardship and push through instead of retreating, your mind gets tougher. Life doesn't care about your comfort. It will test you. If your mind is soft, life will break you. But if your mind is calloused, nothing can stop you. Goggins' extraordinary examples. Navy SEAL training. To become a Navy SEAL, Goggins lost 100 pounds in just a few months. Because of injuries, he had to endure the brutal Hell Week, the hardest training in the military, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Pull-up world record. He failed twice in his attempt to break the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. But on his 3rd attempt, he pushed through for 17 hours, completing 4,030 pull-ups to set the record. The 100-mile race. With 0 training, he started running a 100-mile ultramarathon. By mile 70, he was urinating blood and his feet were shattered, yet he did not stop. That wasn't the strength of his body, it was the sheer will of his mind. How do you callous your mind? You don't have to run 100 miles. Just do one thing every day that you dislike or find difficult. When your mind begs for more sleep, get up at 5 a.m. anyway. When your body wants a warm bath, take a cold shower. In the gym, when your muscles are burning, do 1 more rep. Say no to sugar. Face those difficult conversations you've been avoiding. Walk instead of driving. Read a book instead of scrolling through your phone. These small daily discomforts are what harden your mind. Most people want change, but they avoid the painful path required to get it. They say, I want to be fit, but they aren't willing to sweat. Remember, growth doesn't come from a comfortable life. It comes from friction. The world's top athletes and entrepreneurs don't love every hard task they do. They have simply trained their minds to be stronger than their excuses. Goggins says, be uncommon amongst the uncommon. Do the work that others are afraid to do. Dreams go to die in the comfort zone. Pain is just the entry fee you must pay to reach the next level. Whenever your mind says enough, recognize it as a liar. Push forward with discipline. Part 4. The 40% rule. You still have plenty in the tank. Here is a harsh reality. You haven't even come close to reaching your full potential yet. Whenever you say, "I'm exhausted, I can't go any further," you have actually only used about 40% of your true capability. You still have 60% more power left in your tank. The mind's braking system. Our mind admits defeat long before our body does. The moment we feel a little pain or fatigue, our mind tries to protect us and starts screaming, "Stop!" But through blood, sweat, and agony, David Goggins discovered a profound truth. It is not our body that decides our limits, it is our mind. Real-life examples. Navy SEAL Hell Week. Goggins endured this 3 times, for 5.5 days, without sleep, in freezing water, and despite severe injuries, he kept pushing forward. He wasn't a superhuman, he had simply learned how to silence the comfort-seeking voice of his mind. Courtney Dahlwater. She is a legendary ultramarathon runner. In one race, she ran 238 miles for 59 consecutive hours without sleep. Along the way, her vision blurred and her legs were in unbearable pain, yet she won. This was only possible because she tapped into that untouched 60% of her power. How to apply this rule to your life. Number 1, awareness. Next time you are working out or studying and you feel like quitting, pause for a second and tell yourself, "I am only at the 40% mark." 2, push just a little further. From that point of exhaustion, go just a little bit more. Do 5 more push-ups, read 1 more chapter, or spend 10 more minutes on your work. 3, expand your limits. Every time you do this, your mind will eventually stop sounding the alarm so early. Your old limits will become your new comfort zones. Remember, most people live and die at just 40% of their potential. Only those who break through that mental barrier are called uncommon. When obstacles arise, stand tall with your chest out because you have trained for this. Strengthen your mind every single day. Part 5. Taking souls. Turn doubt into dominance. Taking souls isn't about literally stealing someone's soul. It's not about hatred or revenge. It is about psychological dominance. The goal is to perform at such a high level that your doubters, critics, and opponents are left speechless by your sheer grit and achievement. Goggins' Hell Week strategy. During his 3rd attempt at Navy SEAL training, the instructors were doing everything in their power to break the candidates. Everyone was shattered by the freezing cold, sleep deprivation, and physical torture. That's when Goggins used a unique tactic. As the pain increased, he started laughing. He did more push-ups than required. When the instructors screamed at him, he responded with even more speed and energy. In that moment, the instructors' arrogance and confidence were shaken. Goggins' relentless will won over their souls. This is what he calls flipping the script. How can you apply this to your life? Show them, don't tell them. Does your boss think you're just average? Are your friends laughing at your dreams? Don't argue with them. Instead, show up earlier than everyone else, deliver results beyond their imagination, and work at a level they never thought possible. Use doubt as fuel. Treat every criticism like rocket fuel. When someone says, "You can't do this," don't waste energy debating. Instead, work so hard that they are forced to stand in awe of your capability. Defeat your former self. Sometimes the only soul you need to take is that of your own lazy past version. When the new you pushes past the point where the old you would have quit, you have officially conquered your old weaknesses. Part 5. Taking souls. Turn doubt into dominance. Taking souls isn't about literally stealing someone's soul. It's not about hatred or revenge. It is about psychological dominance. The goal is to perform at such a high level that your doubters, critics, and opponents are left speechless by your sheer grit and achievement. Goggins' Hell Week strategy. During his 3rd attempt at Navy SEAL training, the instructors were doing everything in their power to break the candidates. Everyone was shattered by the freezing cold, sleep deprivation, and physical torture. That's when Goggins used a unique tactic. As the pain increased, he started laughing. He did more push-ups than required. When the instructors screamed at him, he responded with even more speed and energy. In that moment, the instructors' arrogance and confidence were shaken. Goggins' relentless will won over their souls. This is what he calls flipping the script. How can you apply this to your life? 1. Show them, don't tell them. Does your boss think you're just average? Are your friends laughing at your dreams? Don't argue with them. Instead, show up earlier than everyone else, deliver results beyond their imagination, and work at a level they never thought possible. 2. Use doubt as fuel. Treat every criticism like rocket fuel. When someone says, "You can't do this," don't waste energy debating. Instead, work so hard that they are forced to stand in awe of your capability. 3. Defeat your former self. Sometimes the only soul you need to take is that of your own lazy past version. When the new you pushes past the point where the old you would have quit, you have officially conquered your old weaknesses. Part 6. Your mental governor, breaking the speed limit of the mind. Did you know that there is an invisible speed controller inside your mind? In cars, a device called a governor is installed to prevent the engine from exceeding a certain speed. It's not that the car can't go faster, it's that it has been programmed not to. Our brain works exactly the same way. Its primary job is to keep you safe. The moment you feel a little tired or a bit of pain, your brain sends a signal, "Stop, this is dangerous." But this very safety is what stands in the way of your greatness. How do you break this limit? The truth Goggins discovered is that this governor is a liar. Your real limits are much further than your mind leads you to believe. The problem is that most of us listen to the governor the moment discomfort kicks in. Goggins faced this during his 100-mile runs and world record pull-up attempts. When his body fell to its knees screaming "enough," he questioned the governor. He realized that the governor's voice is just a suggestion, not a final judgment. How can you apply this to your life? 1. Recognize the voice. First, identify your governor's voice. "I've done enough for today." "I'm not good at math," or "I'm not worthy of being a leader." These are not facts, they are just fences built by your governor. They are fears, not truths. 2. Question it. Ask yourself, is this truly my limit, or is my mind just lying to keep me comfortable? 3. Push past the warning. When your mind says stop, push for just 5 more minutes. Do just 10 more reps. When you push for that extra 20%, you begin to loosen the governor's grip. This small shift will completely transform your self-image. Greatness is never found in the comfort zone. Only when you rip that governor out of your brain can you achieve the extraordinary. Part 7. The cookie jar. Draw strength from your past victories. When life backs you into a corner and you feel like you have absolutely nothing left, willpower alone isn't enough. In those moments, the technique David Goggins uses is called the cookie jar. Don't let the name fool you. This isn't about sweets. It is your mental vault of resilience. What is the cookie jar? It is a collection of every single victory you've ever had, big or small. It includes the hardships you survived and the moments you did what felt impossible. Each of these memories is a cookie. When you're in the middle of a struggle, you reach into this mental jar and remind yourself, "I have survived worse than this before. I conquered then, and I will conquer now." When doubt creeps in, our brain only reminds us of our weaknesses. The cookie jar does the exact opposite. It is the tangible proof that you are powerful. How to build your cookie jar. 1. Write them down. Take a piece of paper and list your past triumphs. It could be passing a brutal exam, losing weight, or simply staying consistent when you wanted to quit. 2. Honor the small wins. You don't need massive trophies. Forgiving someone who hurt you, finishing a project on time, or picking yourself up after a heartbreak, these are all cookies for your jar. 3. Use it as evidence. When life tries to beat you down, look at this list. Use it as evidence to prove to your mind, "I've done it before, I can do it again." Pain has a way of making you forget who you truly are, but the cookie jar brings that identity back. It is a strategy to silence fear with facts. Goggins built his jar from his darkest traumas and greatest triumphs. When Goggins was in Navy SEAL training with broken bones and shattered feet, he reached into his jar. He pulled out the memory of losing 100 pounds or graduating buds. Those cookies gave him the fuel to stay in the fight. Your challenge: sit down today and write at least 5 cookies, 5 moments where you were tough, kind, or successful against the odds. Don't wait for the storm to hit to start looking for motivation. Build your cookie jar now so you are ready when life tests you.
Part 10. Building an unbreakable mindset. Stop waiting for someone to come and save you. Stop wishing for the world to change. Remember, all the solutions you are looking for are already within you. The moment you accept total accountability, you become free. It's not easy. You will have to face your weaknesses, your laziness, and your fears head on. But choosing to face the truth and push forward makes you unbeatable, far more than hiding behind excuses ever could. According to David Goggins, there is a simple equation to build an unbreakable mindset. Discipline plus suffering plus self-mastery equals freedom. 1. Discipline. Discipline is the foundation of all growth. It is getting out of bed and getting to work even when your body is begging for just a few more minutes of sleep. It is choosing to study or work while your friends are out having fun. This isn't a punishment, it is a deliberate choice you make for your own greatness. Without the strength of discipline, even the greatest talent goes to waste. 2. Suffering. Everyone wants to avoid pain and hardship, but Goggins says that it is in the fire of suffering that character and mental toughness are forged. When you step out of your comfort zone every day to face hardship, your mind adapts to new challenges. This strengthens your internal mental fortress. 3. Self-mastery. While discipline gets you to work and suffering makes you strong, the combination of both leads to self-mastery. This is the power to direct your emotions and thoughts toward your highest goals, regardless of external circumstances. This applies to everyone, entrepreneurs, students, and athletes alike. The core pillars of greatness. Work ethic over talent. The world lies to us, saying you can only win if you have talent. For Goggins, talent is just the initial spark. Your work ethic is what turns that spark into a blazing fire. Weakness as a weapon. Goggins had a learning disability, but instead of quitting, he wrote out every page of his textbooks hundreds of times to memorize them. If others studied for 1 hour, he studied for 10. The arrogance of talent. Talented people often become complacent, but a hard worker fights every day because they know they aren't naturally gifted. Application. If you have a weakness, don't make it an excuse. Work 10 times harder than everyone else to fix it. An unbeatable mindset is greater than any talent. The mental laboratory. During hard times, your mind acts like a screaming child. Don't take its excuses seriously. Instead, observe yourself like a scientist. Categorizing excuses. When your brain says, "I'm tired," or "let's do it tomorrow," test it in your mental laboratory. Is it real pain or just a safety signal from a lazy mind? The internal war. You must have a conversation with your mind. When it says enough, you must challenge it with one more step. If you don't master your mind, it will master you. The lifelong student. Most people reach a goal and think, "I've made it," and then they relax. According to Goggins, this is the beginning of the end. The illusion of the finish line. Winning isn't an event, it's a process. Even if you become a Navy SEAL, the next day you must be ready to learn as a white belt student all over again. Humility and hunger. Put your trophies in the cupboard, not in your head. Stay hungry to learn more. Those who stop learning, stop growing. The devil's mouth.
This is the harshest truth Goggins shares. When you climb one mountain and breathe a sigh of relief, life will place an even bigger mountain in front of you. Constant testing. Life doesn't want to give us rest. The moment you solve one problem, the devil opens its mouth with a new challenge. Readiness. Don't pray for a life without hardships. Instead, pray for the strength to face whatever comes. Equanimity. Don't fear the devil's mouth. When it comes to swallow you, you must stand taller and stronger. Hardships never end, but you become bigger than the hardships.
How to build your unbreakable mindset. It starts with small, consistent actions. Choose one discipline today. Waking up 30 minutes earlier every day. Exercising every single day. Writing down your goals every night. Don't do it for just a day or a week. Follow it consistently for 30 days. This period is essential to rewire your brain and build new unbreakable habits. Pain is the path to your growth. If you're ready to walk this path, nothing in this world can stop you. The path of transformation, power without limits. In this 30-day journey, you will face resistance. Fatigue, lack of motivation, or thoughts of giving up entirely might haunt you. But remember, that is exactly where the real test of your mindset happens. Instead of running away when it gets hard, run straight into it. Every time you face hardship and push forward, your mental muscles grow stronger. You prove to yourself that your willpower is far greater than your doubts. From discipline to freedom. After a few days, discipline will no longer feel like a chore. It will become your identity. A new confidence will rise within you, whispering, "I am a person who keeps my word. I am someone who never backs down." This is what Goggins calls self-mastery. When Goggins runs at 4 a.m., it isn't just for physical fitness, it is a daily ritual to sharpen his mental edge. You don't need to be a Navy SEAL to build this mindset. Whether you are a student striving for better grades, a professional building a business, or an ordinary person trying to reclaim your health, the formula is the same. Choose growth over comfort. Show up every single day. Push through the hard days. My friends, the ultimate lesson David Goggins teaches us is this: your hardships haven't come to break you, they have come to forge you. As Goggins says, no one is coming for you in this world. No one is going to save you. You must change your own life. The pain, humiliation, and struggles you face today are the very fuels that will make you unbeatable. The comfort zone is nothing but an illusion where dreams go to die. True potential is hidden only along the path of relentless effort and discipline. Remember, if David Goggins could go from being an ordinary man to the hardest person on earth, it is possible for you too. When your brain says enough, tell it, "I'm still only at 40%. I still have a long way to go." If this video sparked even a little bit of inspiration in you, please hit the like button. Your support motivates us to create more life-changing content. Comment, which of Goggins' principles did you like the most, or which one will you start practicing today? Let us know in the comments. Share this video with friends who are struggling or those who feel "I can't do it." Light that new fire within them. Subscribe. Finally, to discover the secrets of the world's best-selling books and life-changing wisdom in Kannada, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Pustaka Vichara. Remember, you are the one who decides your limits, not the world. Move forward. Success is yours. Thank you. Jai Hind.